yo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back up at it again because I want to put us on game about this interesting window that's coming up. From January 22nd, when Uranus goes direct in Taurus, up until April 21st, when Mercury retrogrades in Taurus season, all the planets that we pay attention to are going to be direct. And this is an unusually long period of time to have all planets direct. And so there is this like big opportunity to like make up for the lost time that you think that went by during all these retrogrades. Queen of Pentacles, Justice, and the Knight of Wands coming out. With the Eight of Wands on the bottom of the deck. The pace is picking up. And that is going to put us in a position where we're really forced to prioritize our mental health, forced to be really clear and aware, and take advantage of all the resources that are available to us. This is an influx, a reset, a like boost of physical, spiritual, sexual firepower energy that's coming in. And we're really being asked to evaluate our relationship to nurturing, how we care for ourselves, our relationship to our physical body, the way that we eat. There also could be some sort of a choice coming in, our relationship to decisions, our relationship to choosing from wounding, choosing from logic, prioritizing logic over spirit and passion. I feel like there are bold choices that are being made. I also feel like all planets direct, for those of us who are unchecked, or there may be people around you who are just like balls to the wall energy, and that's really not the vibe either. I feel like the move is stillness, peace. It's not, it's consistency. Queen of Pentacles being the first card out, use this energy. What do you need to get consistent, masterful? 2:22 on the clock. What do you need to get masterful with in your life? And in whatever it is that you're being masterful about, it's going to be required. It like requires your attention every day, tending to it every day, but also doing your part, whatever it is that you're wanting to, that you're in, whatever you're putting your intentions behind, do your part and be cognizant of what's of the divine's part. But bold moves are going to need to be made, and it starts in the realm of the mind. BRB was a bit longer than I expected. It's a different week. It's a different week, it's a different day. And when it comes to this all planets direct energy, it's time to get in flow. It's time to get in motion. It's time to move something. We're being asked to evaluate our choices. It's very Mars and Gemini kind of energy for me. It's like paying attention to what you're holding on to, paying attention to what you're juggling, paying attention to what you've taken accountability or responsibility for. It's time to evaluate these choices in regards to your physical health, your relationship to your physical body, what you're putting in your physical body. And a lot of this is coming up at, after Aquarius season, or excuse me, in Aquarius season, because our knowing is informed by our doing, and vice versa. They are interlocked. And your current skill set informs your doing, and so when you're knowing so when the skill set is updated, there are going to be different behaviors. And I feel like it's time to get a firm footing. What is it that you believe in? Who are you? How do you want to leave the campsite better than it was when you arrived? What do you want to be an authority in? What do you want to be known for? How can you, harness or generate more energy in your life? There is time to like start getting comfortable moving energy. This even could be like Tai Chi, Qigong, getting deeper into, you know, Reiki or energy healing, energy work in general. But I'm pulling from the Light Seers Tarot now, and I just want to see for this period of all planets direct, what should we be focusing on? Temperance reversed. And that feels like peace. It feels like what we should be focusing on is another like another thing about flow and like juggling these spheres, like this. What we're needing to be focused on is what we know is out of fucking balance. And this is Jupiter, and whatever you don't want Jupiter to expand about yourself, whatever habits, whatever like day-to-day, like it's time to evaluate your relationship to fluidity in your life, your relationship to structure versus fluidity, your relationship to recovery. I also feel like it's time to start focusing on our relationship to peace, our relationship to patience, our relationship to emotional regulation, our relationship to possibly for some of us sobriety. There could be focusing on some of you, it's like time to focus on getting sober or being around people who, you know, you don't have to babysit. There also may be somebody with Pisces or Sagittarius placements that's like watching you or paying attention to you from afar. Three of Pentacles reversed. Going from the 2 spheres or to the 3 spheres. So I do feel like in this period of all planets direct, what we're needing to focus on is all the shit that came up during these retrogrades. And that's going to be very different for all of us. But Mars retrograde in Gemini, the sign of, you know, like kin and siblings and stuff. So your issues collaborating, 444 on the fucking clock coming up. Your issues co-creating, your issues relating to other people or not relating, isolating versus, you know, maybe some of you are being clingy. There is just, we gonna get this work. The Empress clarifying the 3 of Pentacles. Maybe it has to do with business. Maybe it has to do with this Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or possibly a Libra, Gemini, Virgo. There are just things to say. I feel like I feel like there's also a lot of inspiration coming from you being willing to like stand your ground, or you being able to hold your peace. You being able to like wield your own magic and really like understand the importance of your words. I feel like some of y'all are around people who use their words all willy-nilly, like they say shit like, oh, I hate you. Like, oh my God, I hate you so much. Like, I don't know, I don't know. There's something like that where I feel like you're starting to notice how people are all willy-nilly with their words. And be careful with that shit. There's some big here also about like practicing what you preach. Queen of Cups, stepping into this place of emotional and spiritual maturity. And that spiritual and emotional maturity and creative maturity comes by way of surrender. Hands off the fucking wheel. I also feel like some of you are trying to make okay. It's like somebody had a baby on you. Somebody like got somebody else pregnant maybe while they were with you, and you're trying to make this shit work. And I feel like you already are feeling hella disrespectful, but you really care about the optics because this person is, you know, has like people know that y'all are together. You know, you've already got a family that's established or something of that nature. This ain't the year for keeping up with the Joneses. I can tell you that. So I do feel like there is a bit of like a forced authenticity that's going to be coming through. And I don't know where this is coming from, but that's channeled coming through. So let's see. Bottom of the deck. 4 of Wands. I feel like also this... Yeah, there's this healthy balance between 4 of Wands. Okay, some of you are in pain. And some of you are choosing to just fucking serial date people and fall in love and have to fall in love and fall in love and fall in love, and it's just like you're going, you know, there, some of you are like how long have you actually been single? Or there may even be people around you who you're having to like ask that question to. I feel like we've got to learn how to deal with the 3 of Swords. We've got to learn how to appropriately respond to anguish, how to appropriately respond to disappointment, to heartbreak. Because some of us are, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and get under somebody to get over somebody, or let's go get fucked up with our friends and party and bullshit, when what's really happening, or what you're really being asked to do, is ignore all of these opportunities to distract yourself and all these nights coming in when you know that you're a fucking queen or an empress or an emperor, and you don't need to be tending to, you know, waste or exerting a bunch of energy on people that you know aren't up to par, who aren't going to be able to meet your standards. And I'm sorry if that sounds like fucked up, but let's keep it real. It's like once we're willing to feel this shit and just feel it, it's like we return to this like quest of love where we get to really romanticize ourselves. Why is my lighting so shit today? It's like we get to start romanticizing ourselves and wishing and dreaming bigger for ourselves. Mind over matter is magic. I do magic. And I feel like some of you, it's like you are nurturing your hope back to life, nurturing your faith back to life. For some of you, there's other people coming in and you're letting other people be a source of faith and encouragement. And that's beautiful, absolutely, as long as they are not like the sole source of your inspiration. Let's see, get something from regular Rider-Waite again. What don't we see coming? Knight of Cups on the side again. I feel like some of us, what we don't see coming during this period of time, I don't think everybody's going to be as like hyped up about love as they normally are. Or Valentine's Day is gonna, you know, like wreck shit. No, I'm not gonna say that. There could just be either a lot of offers or a lack of offer. There also could be offers or people that you were interested in that are inspiring you to move forward, or move away from them. I feel like let people chase you, let people pursue you. You don't need to like. We don't chase, we attract. And some of you are caught up in some shit with somebody that you know you shouldn't be in anymore. And as soon as you stop giving them attention, then all of a sudden, bam. And also be careful of that hella narcissistic trait where it's like, oh, I was just about to love you how you want to be loved. I was just about to, you know, you rocked my world. And I was just about to give you everything. But I know that, you know, I wasn't able to meet your needs. And now that you're gone, be careful. The Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah, I just feel like if you don't get out of situations that you know you shouldn't be in, if you don't start speaking your truth, if you don't start standing up for ourselves, if we don't do this and start striving for peace, start striving for new foundations, new foundations in the realm of our minds, if we don't start striving for that, this could be a very, very bitter, cold winter. And it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. We've got to get comfortable getting news that we don't want to hear, especially when it comes to romance, especially when it comes to the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or the Gemini, or relationships in general. But we've got to come to this point where we realize that our rejection or things not going as planned is absolutely divinely orchestrated. You are just going to always be, it will always be our responsibility to extract the data from the darkness and balance it with the light. It's always going to be. If you fucking around here, if you we're exchanging money and like, you know what I mean? You are, I'm helping you to cultivate your inner divine high priestess. I'm here to help you activate that, regardless of your genitalia or how you identify. We all have a high priestess and a hierophant inside of us. And it's like some of us are so scared to go to the spirit world, or so scared to access that side of ourselves. But at this point, it's a disservice. It's keeping us stuck. And the divine doesn't need to, we don't have to like, you know these lessons. You know what to say no to. Have faith that you saying no to something that doesn't suit your standards is the right message to send to the divine. Like, okay, they know what they're worth. Okay, they're showing up. I see them. Okay. You know, don't think that, oh, this opportunity is coming by and I'm never going to get this opportunity to love. I'm never going to get this opportunity to make this much money. Blah, 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 blah. Everything. No. Stop that. We are getting out of the 8 of Swords mode because it is time to start initiating a new relationship with ourselves. And the way that we do that is by way of transmuting our pain into power and using our words. It's time to read more books. It's time to acquire more knowledge. It's time to study. It's time to arm ourselves with the tools, with the information that we need so that we can be walking around this world with our hearts wide open, y'all. If you fucking with me, I'm here to activate you in some sort of way. And you may be really fighting against, you know, karma, fighting against your gifts, fighting against, some of us are really fighting, but we're just prolonging our own happiness. So you might as well look at the past. You might as well look at these things that are coming up from the past, the lack of reciprocity you're experiencing. You might as well look at what went wrong or what really upset you and how it's making you aware of how your defense mechanisms may be kind of fucked up or your coping mechanisms may be kind of fucked up. There may just be this realization that the direction that we're going in is a highly uncalculated risk. And we are to like take a halt so we can figure out what we need to turn our back on because you're not having enough faith. There's still decisions that are being fueled and we're still being led by trauma wounds. We're still responding from places of pain in different areas, in different ways of our lives. And this 9 of Cups energy is hungry for you to encounter it. The divine wants us self-made, wants us proud of ourselves, but it will require you looking in the past, looking at the last 9 months, 9 years of transformations, of endings, of things not going your way, and are you letting it make you bitter? Or how has it made you better? Will you let it make you better? And the need to understand that there's always going to be a fucking choice, trauma, present or not, there's always going to be a fucking choice. Are you going to, and some of you are having to realize some people are choosing to stay bitter when they could have just chosen to do motherfucking better. They could have just chosen to put the burden down, to lean into their emotional intelligence and their emotional fucking bravery. But ain't everybody set up that way. And not everybody wants to acquire the level of freedom that the motherfucking emperor gets to acquire. Hey, all right, I love you. Actually, I decided I want to focus some oracles, so I'm going to pull a couple from the art of Kundalini. All planets going direct is very much so like we're being asked to tap into our willpower, our life force. That was quick. Open now and receive the energy. Sexual energy is God energy. What did I just say? Our life force. our sexual energy, our Reiki. I feel like also there's something about, I feel like the, ooh, that's interesting, like the beauty standards are shifting again, where like bigger girls, thicker girls, like it's okay to let your body be your body. There is some kind of calling into action to use this all planet direct energy to get in tune with your physical body so you can stop complaining about it already. Sorry. Because for some of us, there's a point where it's just like, we don't get to complain about this. I also feel like if you are pregnant, you need to stop drinking coffee. You're creating a tiny human that's going to be cranky as fuck and also have withdrawals the way, you know, so that's for somebody. Some of you may need to relay that to somebody. Some of you have friends that have really fussy babies and they're like, why is my baby so fussy? Because your baby is going through a caffeine withdrawal. Integrity is magnet to your success. There's big time pregnancy vibes coming off here. So if you don't want a baby, wrap it up. Which also could be Empress energy. So there may be somebody with Taurus or Libra placements really impacting January through April for you. But I feel like your connection to your physical body is number one. And that makes sense because it's really going to be Aries and, you know, Taurus season that we're going to be in. I have. And there's something about deeply accepting who you are. Turning away from the party and bullshit, turning away from what doesn't matter so that you can really start to nurture and grow and like harness. I feel like we're like skimming the surface on our true capabilities, like what we're capable of as a fucking species, you know? I'm gonna pull a couple from the Starseed Oracle. Double mission, Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you. The Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. This Golden Children one comes through often, I feel like, and I don't pull out this deck a lot. And we are getting ready to go. Ooh. That's why this is coming up. This is like something, I know this is going to be confirmation, motherfucking-mation. Again. Big picture thinking on the bottom of the deck. So another gateway, another archway, another portal looking, because what I was about to say, and then I saw this other card, which this looks like a C note. It looks like, it almost looks like Donut Falls in Salt Lake. But what came through was that we're entering Aquarius season. This is initiating an Aquarius season. And the opposite of Aquarius is Leo. There's something coming full circle from Lionsgate. I said it. There's something full circle coming through from late July, August. Double mission, Lightworker, Starseed, serve the world by being you. Be your whole self. People are always in readings like, what's going on? I need to just find my purpose. Your purpose is to be your whole self. And then once you really get there, devise a plan to how do you want to be of service? That's really what it is. Whichever you figure out first. Some people figure out their brand of service first before they figure out who they are. Some the other way around. Double mission. And that's what I feel like we're at. That's the name of the card is double mission. Please clarify double mission. I feel like also while planets, during this all planets direct period, there is a lot of insight coming in, a lot of aha moments. I feel like it's important to get still and quiet and find a way to allow yourself to start being receptive so that you can receive. You can clear out the old emotional cycle and receive the new one. Receive the instructions. Please clarify the golden children. The Emperor. I feel like there's a leader for the golden children. There may be somebody of an authoritative stance in your life coming up. Somebody with Aries or Scorpio placements, possibly. Someone, a coach, a mentor, a professional, or I'm a professor. Someone that has children, someone that is, you know, has heavy masculine or heavy like paternal energy. This also could be like very zaddy. I don't know, somebody possibly with Aries, Scorpio, or Leo placements, I feel like is really going to be playing a big role in this period of time. And then the last one is fall into my arms, surrender, hold the opposites, extremes of life. Oof. It's interesting because this kind of like looks like a baptism, and then there's these different humanoid looking figures up there, and it feels indicative of like your ancestors watching. I feel like for those of you who even dabble in the like ancestor, like communing with your ancestor thing, you need to make sure that you specify your benevolent ancestors, because the rest of us don't want your racist ass fucking ancestors up in the 3D. Like, please stop. You know what I mean? So call on the ones that are benevolent, please. And I also feel like this golden children, the inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts, and then the Emperor coming out, which is fathering. That is like an aspect of the Emperor card, is father. And fall into my arms. There is some kind of paternal or ancestral insight, knowing, surrender, like comfort that I feel like gets to be given. Please clarify, fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. I feel like also during this period, there's a lot of like you know what to do with this period of time because we've experienced so much contrast. Yeah, the fight is done. Nine of Wands. Fall into my arms. You get to like surrender into your resources, surrender into your group, surrender or fall into the arms of this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. It's like go and like restore yourself and then move forward into faith. But also make sure that you aren't just, you know, letting yourself be the community pool, baby. Making sure that your cup is running over and you're not out here just, you know, giving free refills to everybody. It is because there are radical shifts coming in relationships. I just feel like there's very much so like divinely orchestrated unions coming in. Like these people, you needed to meet them. You needed to for this to happen. It needed to go down this way. You needed to love. You needed to fight. You needed to fuck. You needed to, you know, maybe even separate. But I feel like this is so much happening for us. Fall into my arms. And it's like being bathed. Being loved on by the divine. We'll know what to do. We just don't need to rush into anything. Fuck, we look like rushing. For what? What's for me can't miss me. What the fuck I need to rush for? I love you. Okay, now I'm done.